What is going on, everyone? My name is Joseph Reynolds, our LowKick MMA. Today, joining me is the sunshine himself, Cris Lencioni. It's his return to Bellator 289, ahead of the fight. How are you feeling for it, buddy?
I'm feeling really good. I got to figure out my phone because it has this dumbass notification on it. There we go. I couldn't see you, and it made me so uncomfortable. I hate when people are talking. I can't see their face. It drives me nuts. Unless it's, it's like a phone call. This is like an interview, so it's different. Yeah, I'm just ready to beat some dude up and drink some hot chocolate and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then looking at this fight, obviously, this year he started off with a loss, but all of a sudden, 2-0. Now the prospects of making it 3-0 in your return fight to Bellator really sets you up to have a lot of momentum riding into 2023. Is that the sort you're looking for now, to be able to go into the new year with so much momentum?
That's a very educated and well-researched thought there. And yes, 100%. I definitely had that plan in my mind the entire time. No, I was like on a 3-fight win streak too, all Bellator wins. And then COVID hit and I was like, fuck, man, what do? Do I take local fights or this and that? It's tough to go from big show money, having a family, having a house, I got bills to pay and shit. So then like fighting at regional shows for like $500 fucking bucks, $1,000, it's bullshit. So then I took a really short notice fight, gambled, I lost. And then, yeah, I came back, I rallied, and I'm about to rally to the end of the year. I've just nonstop grinded all year since that loss. It's frustrating as hell having a bullshit loss to some bullshit ass fighter, Now I have 3 now. All 3 of my losses are to bullshit ass dudes that I can beat with my fucking hand tied behind my back. At this moment, I could beat all 3 of them, probably in one fucking night.
100%. And then you mentioned there with the regional shows and obviously the money, it's the same thing over in the UK where fighters, they'll fight 4 times in a year and they might make 3,000, but they're losing it straight away from management costs, everything like that, food and all that sort of stuff.
Fucking food, man. Jesus Christ. You want to eat clean in this world? It's expensive unless you own a farm, which is my next step.
100%. But in terms of having that and sort of balancing that as a fighter, obviously you had an extensive career in amateur MMA as well. In terms of balancing those sort of things and the costs as a fighter, what's that like as a fighter with a family as well?
Man, well, so I had just a girlfriend at the time. She was the same person I'm married to now, obviously, mother of my child. So I had a lot of sponsors. I hustled my ass off. When I knew I wasn't getting paid, I was like, I got to get paid somehow. And I had like 10 or 12 fucking sponsors, great sponsors, an automotive place, a shipping container place, this and that. I was like thinking of everything that people in my world interacted with. And I tried to find a sponsor. And then I essentially was a goddamn salesman. We're all salesmen. We're all in sales in life. Everyone has to sell themselves. You're selling yourself in this interview as an interviewer, and this and that. And that's what I did as an amateur. I sold hard. I mean, a lot of money. I mean, like 20, 30 grand in my amateur career from sponsors. Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned that obviously that's one part of fighting, obviously training and fighting, but there's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes that people don't see. You've got to be a salesman, you've got to be a marketer, you've got to be a nutritionist, in essence. You've got to basically be everything when you're first coming up. But to sort of be now back at these major shows like Bellator, and where you've already solidified yourself once before with a 3-fight win streak, is it good to be back at these sort of shows?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want to be in a big show, man? I just like credit where credit's due. I work hard. I beat people up. Let's go, So I'm just happy to get in there and do my shit. I'm going to fuck this guy up and then there'll be no lingering doubts, if that makes sense. Plus, I left Bellator on a 3-fight win streak. What the fuck? How could you, you know what I mean? How could you not like that? That's insane. I had 3 great wins. One was a finish. The second one, I had a broken fucking leg and dry humped the guy for 3 rounds and put him in submissions. And the third one was AJ Agazarm. I humiliated him and took him away from the sport of MMA, which I think I should be getting a fucking award for. I don't know if you know who AJ Agazarm is. He's one of the most shitbag people on planet Earth. And I got rid of him from MMA. Thank you. You're welcome. And then he's lost in jiu-jitsu since then, too. He can't even win a fucking jits match anymore. Ruined him.
And as well, you mentioned there with the jits, obviously you also had a bit of a grappling background as well over the last 2 years. In terms of getting that experience and going in there and getting those sort of matchups and coming back to MMA, what was that like to sort of test yourself in that field as well as also MMA?
You know who Kevin Lee is?
Yeah.
Great wrestler, amazing wrestler, right? I beat him in a grappling match. I out-grappled Kevin Lee. Motherfucker was like 200 pounds of pure anger, adrenaline, Ritalin, and fucking just ex-UFC rage, man. He was so mad. And I had him in submissions left and right. I beat him by escape time. You know, we both got put in submissions. I was on this fucking guy's back. He stood up and did a fucking front flip with me on it. Like, if you ever seen another grown man do that, a whole ass front flip, unless you're like 10 years old on my back, I'm not doing that. I've tested my grappling skills heavily in the last 5 years, and I've beaten a lot of high level 3rd degree, 4th degree black belts as well. So I'm very confident in my grappling. Not my wrestling. I mean, my wrestling's okay.
100%. You also have the skills on the feet as well, so it makes you a very versatile fighter. And then in terms of looking at your opponent for this fight, do you think he's going to be able to deal with that? Obviously, wherever the fight goes, you're going to be more than comfortable in any sort of scenario that you could be put in.
Yeah, there's nothing he's going to do that I'm going to be like, oh my God, I've never fucking seen this before. You know, like, he should take down. Okay, I've seen all of them. I train with Sambo fucking world champions. You know how hard it is to be a world champion in Sambo? Do you know how many fucking people there are out there in the Eurasian side of the world, right? Because you've got all of Europe, you got all of Asia, Russia, that, and they're fucking Sambo world champions I train with. So your little fucking Division II, you know, wrestling credentials don't mean shit to me, dude. Those guys know how to throw you and break your shit. Knee bar you, fucking, you know, heel hook you, flying Kimura, crazy shit with takedowns. So yeah, I'm good. I feel good. He's not going to surprise me with shit. So
yeah. And then as well, I believe he's riding a bit of a win streak, and then yourself as well. But does it make the victory a little bit more satisfying, sort of being able to crush someone's momentum a little bit, or is it just the same sort of thing to you?
He just lost one. He was 6-0. I think he's 6-1 now. I'm ready to put a fucking mushroom stamp with my Johnson right in his face, dude. Stamp that shit in there and finish it with another loss. Make him 6-2. Make him have to go home Christmas thinking about that he lost to me, of all people, because I'm not a fun guy to lose to. You don't let it doesn't sit well in your throat. You know what I mean? I don't go down smooth. I'm rough.
100%. And that must really play in your favor in terms of, obviously, very confident. You're always able to back it up in those sort of ways as well. Do you feel as though it always plays into your favor to always have that sort of confidence going into any sort of fight, grappling, MMA, anything?
It's just fighting. You know what I mean? It's just fighting to me. It doesn't mean shit. I love it. It's my job. But also, there's so many other things in life I want to do. You know what I mean? So you're never going to ruin me. Like even when you take me down, there's so much time in a fight. So much time in a fight. So many things can happen. I don't give a shit. You're never going to defeat me. So you can beat someone, but you can defeat someone as well. I have never been defeated. You will never break me. You will never break my mind. There's nothing you can fucking do that hasn't been done to me on this planet Earth. I was severely abused as a child. I was locked in a fucking room for a fucking year, dude. It might as well have been in solitary confinement in prison, dude. I am weird. I am crazy. There's nothing you can do that's going to fucking surprise me. So I'm very excited. Fighting is just another step in my life, and I really love it. And I'm going to make my mark on it as much as I can.
100%. And I've already touched on the momentum side of things in terms of going into 2023, but do you have a sort of goal for where you're looking to be at the end of the year in 2023, or is it just getting the fights and keep winning?
Yeah, top 5. I think I can make top 5 by the end of 2023, 100%.
Yeah, and then one of the last few things for myself, in terms of looking back at the fight, do you have a prediction for how you see the fight finishing, or are you just ready to get in there and whatever happens, you know, you're going to be
I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish him, or he's going to nut ride me for 3 rounds. It's one or the other. He's going to try it. You know what I mean? He's not finishing me. Nobody's ever finished me. Nobody will ever finish me. I've got a fucking giant chin. You're going to have to break something. I won't tap. So you're going to have to break it. You're going to have to put me to sleep. I've never been choked unconscious. I've never been tapped out with anything other than a backside 50-50 heel hook. So if that's what he knows how to do, I might be in a little bit of trouble. But also, I've been training since I lost to the backside 50-50 heel hook. It's the only thing I've ever lost to. And they're high-level sports grapplers who butt scoot the whole fucking time. And that's not him. So if he manages to do a flying backside 50-50 heel hook, I might be in danger. But other than that, I'm fine. So.
Yeah, and then the last thing for myself, just a sort of message to the Bellator fans now that you're back there and ready to stay this time around. What is that last message going to be to the fans and what they can expect to see for this fight coming up?
I'm not used to the idea of having fans. I think they're more friends. So I like having friends, and I think the Bellator friends are cool, man. The people that watch Bellator truly enjoy fighting, because there's so much MMA out there, and it's easy to get mixed up with what MMA is versus what one specific promotion is. And I think a lot of people get caught up on, oh, you do this? And it's like, no, I do MMA, buddy. I don't do NFL. I do MMA. You know what I mean? I have friends that fight that are in pro leagues across the world, and they don't even get that attention, but unless you're a true fan of the sport. So I appreciate Bellator friends/fans because they really enjoy fighting. So yeah. And tell me, you want to see something funny? I love doing funny shit. Give me some advice, something funny to do. I'll fucking do it. I love that shit. As long as it's like a prank or something, you know? Not one of those dumb pranks where you snatch people's hats and shit, though. Something funny.
Yeah, can't be doing none of the Jake Paul, Floyd Mayweather sort of stuff. We'll leave that to the sort of YouTubers sort of thing.
Yeah.
But no, and then the final thing for myself, in terms of any sort of sponsors, anything like that, obviously feel free just to shout them out, anything like that, socials as well.
I've got great sponsors. I've always had a really good friend in Mike who runs, it's called Asgard Mike. It's Asgard 503. It's like Viking inspired jiu-jitsu and MMA gear, which I don't really look like a Viking. I look like a fuckboy, but I like the look of it. It looks really fucking cool and it fits great. I've always had my meal prep, which is like lifestyle meals. I've really pretty much had the same sponsors for a long time, and they're good people. My chiropractor, my physical therapist, you know, Dr. Dewar, Dr. Ken, all of them are great. So Action Acres, I paintball. It's like one of my favorite things. My kids at my gym, they all go to the same paintball sponsor. It's just fun, man. I don't have no Nike fucking sponsor like that. You know, I'm probably too rough for Nike. So
there you go. That is everything from myself. Obviously, Chris, can't miss him. The Sunshine himself back on Bellator. It's going to be a really exciting fight and a great card as well overall. So be there or be square. The cards you can afford to see but can't afford to miss. There you are. That's everything from myself. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much, buddy.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.